All right, it's time for our 5 at 5, which is our 5 musings at 5. And if you're new to the show, you are welcome. Here we talk about the most random slash interesting slash creative slash funny things, and you can, be a part of that conversation by reaching out to us across all platforms. But we'd like for you to send your messages also to our WhatsApp. It's 0809 444 0981.
Yes, indeed. Our first musing has to do with social media and how posting your locations could actually be detrimental to your own safety. So, just a few days ago, a rapper in the United States was killed while he was having lunch with his partner. Now, both of them were at some Waffle House, and she posted on her page and sort of tagged the location as well. He'd also posted a video, trying to get his meal, and you could hear his girlfriend's voice. She was having a conversation with someone on the phone, and she basically reaffirmed or confirmed where it was that they were eating. And a short while later, some people came in, robbery attempts, and unfortunately, he was shot and killed.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I know of a rapper. In fact, I was also part of the people watching the live stream, and he was showing, how rappers are sometimes. He was showing his money and he was bragging about it. It was in his car. And then, someone robbed him right there on live.
What?
I kid you not. It was the funniest thing, but it was also the scariest thing at the same time.
It's so scary. I mean, yes, sometimes you want to let your friends know what you're up to, where you are, but it might be a better idea to do that privately. And I've always felt very uncomfortable with tagging locations, especially while I'm there. So even if I'm out with my family friends, yes. Or just I wait till I'm safely in bed before I post from where I was maybe 3 hours earlier. So it's nice to keep up. You want to let people know what you're doing, but because not everyone has good intentions and social media has all kinds of people on it, it's very important that you try to make sure that your location is as discreet as possible.
That's right. For our second musings, I want to talk about something I discovered recently, and it's been around for the longest time. It's called mukbang videos, right? And I don't know, have you heard about it?
Yes, thank you, Fatima.
So I was watching this guy. I was watching a documentary of this guy. I can't remember his name now. Very slim, skinny guy like me. So the guy started to go. He was what's the word? Vegan. And then he decided to try these videos and be a YouTuber. So he started to eat a lot of food. He went from being less than 100 pounds to over 350 pounds, right?
Wow.
And he kept on saying that his metabolism was good. He kept on saying that there was something wrong with his metabolism, that naturally he would eat a lot of food and he shouldn't be fat. And then he was so fat to the point that it became so scary.
Wow.
And I took time to watch a lot of videos. Yes, for the first 30 seconds they're always interesting, because you see all types of food, all types of snack and amongst other things. But it's a very unhealthy lifestyle, and it's funny how people are addicted to these videos, because you look at the comments, you probably see 500, 1,000 comments. You look at the views, you see 6 million, 10 million views. Mukbang videos, scary.
I've seen those videos. Fatima showed me one, and I thought it was very fascinating. But yeah, and it's always people from a certain region of the world. At least from the videos I've seen, it's like people from Asia.
Yeah, and parts of Europe.
Oh, okay. So it's fascinating for like 30 seconds, but after a while it gets weird, because it's like, okay, this is not a healthy way to live. And I don't know, I guess some people have a sort of food fetish.
Yeah, so I would never eat that. Never eat
well,
that
some
much
people
food.
will do anything for views, because those views translate to money in some way on YouTube and things like that.
That is true.
But I mean, is it really worth the health hassle? You just wonder, really. All right, so moving on to our third musing. This one has to do with taking pictures and videos of people while they're not aware. Yeah. So who's around you? Who has a camera around you? Okay, there's a camera right there. Hi. But the good thing is we are aware that this camera is right there, right? But for some people, they've been caught in moments that they wish no one would have seen. Now, if you've been, watching the news and catching bits and pieces, clips of the situation in Europe, you probably might have seen some videos of the new king of England losing his temper over like the most ridiculous things.
Oh
Yes.
wow, yeah, I saw one.
Yeah.
He was trying to say, "Move this tray from the
Exactly.
table."
Now there's another one, even longer. And did you notice in that video when he was being upset about the thing, Camilla just looked like, oh, not again, here we go. But now there's a newer video, and this one is longer. He's trying to sign something. He writes the wrong date. He's cussing. He's complaining about the pen. He just hands the pen over to Camilla, and everyone is running around him. And he
Okay,
just
so
looked
it's a
like
pattern with him.
yes,
But his mother is so
composed.
exactly. Everything about her is detailed. In fact,
That's
I was watching videos that said all the things, weird facts about the queen, and everything about her is very detailed.
wow.
So it tells you that the king is not detailed.
He's not. And this is probably part of the reasons why she held on for as long as she did, because she probably knew that her son might make a lot of mistakes if he became king, and now
Well,
he's
not the
become
best one.
king. But but the question is, how are these videos making their way out? Who's holding the cameras?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of press around there, but with this whole tight monarchy system with teams in place, why are they letting those videos that make the king look like a bumbling person just go out?
Yeah, but there's small cameras. You can't even tell who has a camera. So, and you're selling something at TMZ. I'll give $1 million for one small clip that will
Wow.
make trend. So, hey, it happens.
Be
like
careful. Someone around you might have a
that. Might have a camera. Yeah, be careful. That said, so I was having a conversation with someone and in my house, right? And then we're walking outside, and then one man was yelling at another person. He said, "Turn off the tap. Water is expensive now." And then I thought about it. Water is expensive now, right? So the earth is made up of water. All around us is water, right? Of course, not everything is drinkable water, but really, let's think about this ideally, right? Shouldn't water be free? Shouldn't we all have access to clean water? You hear in some parts of the world there's no water, there's no food. If they made taps, boreholes, other things in some places, in fact, you see celebrities travel to some countries, I don't want to mention, and then they go and commission like a water type thing,
Right.
and even we see governments here do it for communities, and then it looks like a big deal. But ideally, shouldn't water be free? It's the most basic thing.
Wow. These are just some of the things that make you wonder. I think I might have read somewhere, I think 96 or 97% of the world is covered in water. And these water challenges are not even just limited to Africa. Because in the US, there are a lot of places where people have no water, like Flint. And I'm trying to remember the other area. This is actually ongoing right now where people literally don't have water. So celebrities have to donate bottles of water to counties and cities. Yeah. So it's strange that, and I remember some years ago, they said scientists were trying to blast areas on the moon to see if they could find water. And I remember thinking, like, why do you need to go to the moon to get
When
water?
there's water down here.
Water everywhere. But you know what? The way life has been set up by the systems and powers that be, we as the people, unfortunately, who have to be ruled by these people, we have to pay for things that ideally should be free. When Nikola Tesla was creating electricity, the idea was electricity was supposed to be free.
And it would be so good if it was free.
But it's not. We're paying a lot of money for it. And then we're paying for water. In fact, in China, some people actually pay for air. There's a business where some people actually ship air in some sort of vessels. I'm not even kidding, from the UK to China. People would make a business out of anything because they're gullible people everywhere. But what?
It's ridiculous.
It is. I think the world is set up in a way that you're not going to get away from this life without paying for everything.
Yes. Now, speaking of paying for something, for our final musing, because we're almost out of time, this one is something I realized. So you'd see someone, probably regular guy, go to church, and then after a while, he would probably say he made some money and then donates the money to church. I use church because I'm a Christian person and I see this all the time, right? So someone that didn't really have a job before, just after 8 months, comes and donates 2 million. shouldn't the source of that money be questioned, right? And I see a lot of young people do it. There's nothing wrong in paying tithes and donating or pledging or doing stuff, but sometimes I think the sources of some of these monies should be questioned or verified, because someone might do a shady business and then you want to thank God for being successful at this that you've done.
Oh wow.
And then and they will say, oh, this person came and he donated this amount of money. I think it should be questioned every single time.
It's a dicey one because gifts are gifts, but even charities, according to law, at least in some countries, are obliged to disclose the people that have donated, particularly above certain amounts.
It should be.
So yeah, maybe that's something we should actually speak about this on the drive time discussion at some point. Open it up.
Yes, we should. That's our show, but you can get your thoughts in. Send them to 0809-444-0981. Stay with us. There's more to come.